So today on the program, the end of handshakes, also Biden's VP pick. Who is that going to be? Also, former Baltimore Mayor Cathy Pugh gets extra time before she has to report to prison. Today on the Diamond K Show. So, episode 416 of the program. Democrats are renewing the vote by mail push as this virus continues to spread. Former Mayor Cathy Pugh is going to jail in Alabama. And, she doesn't have to go just yet. Trump's approval falling as Americans question his handling of this pandemic. Joe Biden also trying to get some Democratic unity in this party after Sanders bows out. We talked about that yesterday. Bowing out. I mean, he didn't really have a choice, right? There was no path to victory. I think that I said this via Twitter at the Diamond K Show on Twitter. He ran a better campaign in 2016 than he ran in 2020. I mean, I don't know whether it was the fact that we'd already seen what he was going to do. I mean, we already knew his shtick, so to speak. And I'm not saying that he didn't mean the things that he was saying or he was not official, but he's still a politician. And this is pretty much what we had already seen the last time. So there you have that. Dr. Fauci, you've seen him on the press conferences. You've seen him making his appearances, interviews. Last night, Dr. Fauci made a recommendation for some post-coronavirus activity here in America, saying this: as a society, just forget about handshakes. We don't need to shake hands. The director of the National Institute on Allergy and Infectious Diseases said, we've got to break that custom because, as a matter of fact, that's really one of the major ways that you can transmit a respiratory-borne illness. If you remember, Boris Johnson from the UK said he was going to continue to shake hands. And then later on, coronavirus. Donald Trump said that he still wants to shake hands and he's not wearing any masks. I think that it's ironic that the Republicans, Trump, Pence, frequently are in the same place. It's very rarely that you see the president and the vice president in the same place. Because if something happens to, let's say that the president and the vice president both get coronavirus. The line of succession would be a President Pelosi. You guys might want to stay out of the same room, especially with the recklessness. They're not wearing any masks. I saw Governor Larry Hogan of Maryland giving a press conference. He had a mask on. He's taking it serious. He's a Republican, and he's taking it serious, not so much for President Trump and Vice President Pence. So keep it up, fellas. Keep it up. So also, we recently talked about Bernie Sanders getting out of the race. Joe Biden is now the presumptive nominee. I mean, he's the nominee. I mean, who else is it going to be? But one of the first big decisions that Joe Biden is going to have to make in this race is who he's going to pick as his VP. And I'm sure that that's been underway. But so he has some choices to make. He said that he's going to pick a woman. At least last month he said this. He pledged that it's going to be a woman. But which one? What woman? Who's it going to be? So we got some female politicians. I got some in mind. Stacey Abrams, who nearly won the Georgia governorship back in 2018, would be in a great choice. You know, um, she is very strong on voting rights issues. It's really propelled her to the national spotlight. The highest office she's ever held is in the state house. Biden repeatedly said that experience matters a huge amount to him. And you've got to be able to turn and say to your vice president, this is your responsibility, because the job is too big for any one man or woman. He said this last summer. So Stacey Abrams, very militant. Is she too militant for America right now? Not sure. Not sure. Another another name that comes to mind, Tammy Duckworth. Tammy Duckworth is she's from the Midwest. She's from Illinois. She would be historic because she would be the first Asian American to appear on a national ticket. Um, so that's interesting. I mean, for like a personal story, the Black Hawk helicopter she was piloting during the Iraq War was hit by a grenade, and Duckworth lost both legs and the use of her right arm in that incident. Um, so, and a lot of things there. A highly ranking person in my eyes, somebody that's near to the top, Elizabeth Warren, somebody she could pick, Massachusetts senator. She is younger than Biden. She's 70, so it's not exactly a different generation. Um, you know, he definitely said that last month in New Hampshire that he wanted a VP with, some different views than his. Medicare for all is not something that I don't think he's with. Um, but she kind of has flaked out on her support for it slightly, and I think that she definitely would accept the position. Uh, Another former presidential candidate, Amy Klobuchar, someone who has been in the news lately. Her husband was diagnosed with coronavirus. He has since returned home from the hospital. And, the senator has definitely been making the rounds and speaking about her husband's battle with the virus. Um, so depending on how much of an issue COVID-19 is in November, which is going to be a major issue, but is it going to be something that we have put a damper on? Will we have beat COVID-19 down in November? I don't know. But Klobuchar still has her Midwestern roots, a record of winning, and she's a centrist, and that's something that is probably going to be needed going forward, at least in the immediate future. Most people are thinking that Kamala Harris is the pick, the one. That's who I'm hoping that he picks. Biden had a virtual fundraiser yesterday, and he praised the California senator for running a hell of a race for president, adding, "I'm so lucky to have you be part of this partnership going forward. Working together, we can make a great deal of progress. I'm coming for you, kid." Eyebrows were raised. Harris does check all of the boxes that Biden needs. She's an African American and an Indian American woman from a huge Democratic and donor state. Proved herself to be an able debater during her own run. He bumped heads a little bit. So that's who I think he should pick. That's the one that's really sticking out in my mind. So, but we're going to see Kamala Harris. He should be announcing. I think he should announce pretty soon. I mean, what are you waiting for, right? Convention's still going to happen. Who knows how they're going to do it? We have a virtual convention. It's just fascinating times we live in. Fascinating times. Just tuning in to Diamond K Show. Of course, on social media, I am at the Diamond K Show, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, at the Diamond K Show. So we talked about it, and we talked about it, and we have talked about it. And that is former Mayor Baltimore, Cathy Pugh. So she has, talk about a rough time. She, of course, is going to be going to jail. And her attorney asked the federal judge for a second delay in the start of her prison sentence. And she's going to jail, as you may remember, for her fraudulent sales of this self-published children's book. That wish for a delay has been granted. Judge Deborah K. Chasnow extended her prison report date to no earlier than June the 26th. Mayor Pugh is going to be almost 900 miles from her home. She's going to be in Alabama. The disgraced politician argued in a motion that his client could not begin her 3-year sentence on April the 27th because of court delays prompted by the coronavirus pandemic, and the location of the federal prison which she has been assigned in order to surrender to is, far away. Far away. Pugh was sentenced back in February and, of course, pled guilty to federal conspiracy and tax evasion charges back in November. This scheme that she carried on has really, really ended her political career. I'm worried about the coronavirus. She is not in best of health. And while many people don't care about her health, I do care about the mayor, former mayor. Tekashi 6ix9ine, he comes home because of coronavirus, and Mayor Pugh, they could give a damn, right? They could give a damn. So speaking of giving a damn, in a bit of, I don't want to say entertainment because it's not entertaining, but we're talking about an entertainer. 50 Cent and his son Marquise, the ongoing feud has hit a new low, and things are low. I mean, they look so much alike that it's ironic. It's almost like you're looking at two people or one person arguing in the mirror. During a recent IG session, 50 commented on Tekashi 6ix9ine recently being released from prison. As we said, for the fear of contracting coronavirus, the rapper Tekashi has asthma. And they're hoping that he was released so COVID affects that. And Fifth said that Tekashi is better than Marquise. Said, I'll take him before I take my actual biological son. I mean, there's been so many deep-rooted knives thrown from the Jacksons that it's just, I don't even know where to start. Marquise took to social media to react to his father's comments, stating that, did he just say he would claim a rat? Oh no, I want no part to that cheese over there, big fella. I don't know what's going on. That's some other shit. Marquise then mimicked Tekashi by saying 6ix9ine's famous stupid catchphrase at the end. Is there no end to this? Are they gonna patch things up when they have a deep family loss? I, for one, can tell them that life is short, and life is really short. I I really hate that they've wasted so much time arguing and going back and forth with each other, and not just, cherishing the time that they have. Yeah, it's just sometimes people don't get it until it's too late. Sometimes people don't get it till it's too late. Of course, on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at the Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. I am here daily, 7 p.m., with new episodes of the program, which you can stream on Spotify, on YouTube, on Stitcher Radio, and all of that that good stuff, or however you're hearing it. However you're hearing it, iTunes, look me up. Big music catalog on iTunes and on Spotify and all that good stuff. Finally, Baltimore City is launching a COVID-19 dashboard. So some Pimlico testing site is going to open on Friday. Baltimore City officials announcing the launch of this online dashboard, which contains COVID-19 data. The health commissioner said that the dashboard is going to allow residents to track cases by zip code, age, and gender. Soon, the dashboard will also incorporate data on a person's race. So the dashboard is going to chart how fast the rate of new cases has accelerated, especially in the last few days. And the data being received from the city will inform how health officials craft the messaging. So 64 of Baltimore's 638 cases have been in the 21215 zip code, which is Northwest Baltimore, which is the Park Heights area. They're going to open this drive-up testing site at Pimlico Racecourse, which is same zip code. Very, very interesting. The Maryland National Guard built the site, and it's going to be run by LifeBridge Health. So one of LifeBridge's 3 testing facilities at nearby Sinai will close so that its resources can be moved to Pimlico. Only those who meet certain criteria will receive a doctor's referral and get tested there. Callers to 211 can be screened for symptoms over the phone. City residents without a primary care physician will be able to consult a Johns Hopkins Hospital or University of Maryland Medical Center doctor over the phone. Residents without health insurance will not be charged, and residents who are insured won't owe any copays. So that is something that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. We're going to hope that this comes together. We really want this to. It's really affecting people in a way that I mean, I don't really know how to say it, but the effect that it is having on this country, we are going to be feeling for generations. Some things, as I said many times, some things are not going to come back. I mean, I don't see school going back anytime soon. I don't see football games going back the way that we know them, or any sporting events, big restaurants. Who's going to want to go there? Buffets. Who's going to want to go there? Nightclubs, boats, ships, airplanes, trains. The world as we know it is significantly different and changing right before our eyes. Definitely. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, as always, I'll be back here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Radio on Fire. If you miss it on YouTube, you can look us up, DJ Diamond K on YouTube. And just anywhere you're hearing this, just put in search The Diamond K Show.